Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, this is a ritual, okay, that you can only get this ritual done between now and the 23rd of March. So, if you're interested in participating in this ritual, you would have to get it done before and at least have it done with, so it can at least be manifesting before the 23rd of March. That's portal coming up. A lot of portals are coming up for 23 and 22 and 22 and 23 33 and all of that. Okay, so what you need to complete this ritual, you need lime, one lime. You need pepper. You need to cut off the pepper like this here, the little part. You need to cut off the lime, little part here of the lime. Okay, so in order to do what you're gonna do, so step by step, first you're gonna cut off a little part like this of the lime, and the pepper you're gonna cut a little part. Okay, you're gonna get your piece of paper. This is my piece of paper where let's say for example I I wrote the information, the person's name, date of birth, and everything. Okay, so you're gonna write the person's information, name, whatever you have for the person, date of birth, whatever you want to use, whatever you have. Okay, and you're gonna put it, fold the paper as small as you can, or small enough to fit in the lime. So you see I can just push this in the lime here where I cut off. All right, I can just push it, or I can use something and push it in. Like I have the knife here, I can just use the knife and poke it in. I can also use my finger. Okay, um okay, so let's say this is your paper with the info. You already insert the paper in, right, inside, not on the out. You're gonna push it in. I just don't want to do it now. Okay, so let's leave it here, the person's information on the paper, and this is the pepper, right? You're gonna now go ahead and put the pepper in here while the person's info and name, whoever owes you the money. Okay, whoever owes you the money, then you're gonna say what you want to say to make this person pay you. You know what you want to say. While you're saying it, you're gonna one pin here and another one here. Okay, and another one here. So 6 pins in total. Okay, so 3 pins on the pepper and then 3 pins on the lime. So all you need is 1 lime, 1 pepper. You're gonna stick 1 pin here at the top and 1 pin at the bottom. Okay, and then you're gonna stick another one here. So 6 pins in total. So you three pins to connect the pepper to the lime, and then 3 pins and just the lime itself, top and bottom, and then 1 kind of like anywhere around in the middle area, the sides, however, right? Looking like this, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, anywhere in the middle side, and then on the other side you'll just do it like how I cut the pepper, the lime, right? Okay, so that part is done. So I already set up the name, and yeah, the name is in and everything, and I said my prayers. Okay, so Now you're gonna do another prior, the person's name. I don't know whose name. I don't know who owes you money. You're gonna say, you have 3 days to contact me. I'm giving you 3 days to contact me. 3 days to pay me. 3 days to pay me back. Okay? And you can do this in any situation a person owes you money. Okay? But you must know that this ritual is very dangerous. It's deadly. So do not do it if you don't want back your money. A. And B, do not do it if you're going to take the money after you complete the 3 days. What I mean by this, if the person doesn't call you in 3 days after you do this, and then you already completed the 3 days, and you're going to do away, which is something else that I can't mention here because of YouTube, what you're going to do with it, but pretty much the work is done. This is all you need to do, right? Apart from what you're going to say. After the 3 days, you completed the 3 days, do not take the money from the person. If the person doesn't contact you in 3 days, do not contact the person for the money again because of what you're gonna do. So this is more like for someone who doesn't want to pay you, want to play you. Maybe this person block you, forward your call to voicemail, or block unknown calls. So when make it seem like something is wrong with your phone, but only when you call or unknown call, it goes to voicemail. Or other calls it goes through, they're just hiding. Of course, if someone owes you money, they're gonna be hiding from you because they don't want to pay. Some people do that, okay? For whatever you do, what maybe somebody work you didn't pay you, maybe someone you loan someone money, as I mentioned, right? Oh yeah, and as well, if you're a spiritualist, if you're a spiritual healer, you work for people or work, I've most of the people, they already know, 99.9% of the people know not to hold like a spiritualist, a person who is helping. You don't hold those people, right? You don't are it's just never good. Everyone knows that. Some people may not know and they risk it, but later they will eventually learn, right? But only a clown would, or a spiritualist. So I'm not saying if you're a spiritualist, because you would have already know what to do. Because if you do work for people, what you can do, you undo it, and it's all and based on how you want to do it. If you're a spiritualist, you would have already know how to undo it, and you know um whatever, when just never hold a spiritualist because you can't get that spell off until you pay. That's what it is, period. But I'm just explaining for who, if you're a business person, someone credit out your business, owe you. If you're a landlord, someone live in your house, don't pay you. I'm just labeling things like that, But of course, I don't have much to say about if you're a spiritualist because you would have already know what to do, and most people will just undo the work. But what happened? It usually is like it's even worse. So if someone contact you as a spiritual person to do some work, you get the work done, then they owe you, try to hide, run off, not to pay you, whatever. There's no excuse. They will have to pay you. That spell cannot be removed. If you hold a spiritualist, you have to pay the money because you can't go to another spiritual person to take that curse off. It will not happen. Whatever agreement you have with that person, you have to pay them, because then you end up with more problems than you had before you went to the person. So it would have been better if you didn't even go to the person at all. And again, you have to remember, people don't know you from Adams, right? People don't know you from nowhere. So to get people to fight and then not pay. So usually people don't do that. As I said, a smart person doesn't do that, right? So that's a different story. But if that could be one too, if you would like, right? Um. Anyways, after, why is it going? Okay. Anyways, after the, you don't want it to come off, so make sure the it's really on it. It's connected like this, okay? After day 3, remember I said don't take the money again. So this has to be a situation where it's maybe a dead end, or this person is playing hard, or just trying to use you, abuse you, maybe work you and didn't pay you. A bit as a form of abuse, okay? In any farm, doesn't matter what kind of job, what it is, okay? um okay, so what you're gonna do, let's get to the next step. What you're gonna do on day 1, you're gonna bring this outside, anywhere outside, doesn't matter. Once you're outside, okay, once you're outside, and keep your feet on the ground, barefoot. Take your shoes off. You can keep your socks on, okay? Day 1, you're gonna go out and you're gonna say, I am warning you, whatever the person's name, to pay me back my money. I'm calling you, or I'm messaging you, I'm texting you, I'm calling you, and you don't have to call and you don't have to message the person. But let's say you want to call a person for one more time, or text them, message them for one more time. You can do it when you go outside on the first day. Because remember, this is a 3-day, right? This is a 3-day ritual. So the first day you're gonna go out there, feet on the ground, bare feet or with socks. I am texting you, calling you, warning you, asking when I will get my money, pay me back my money. Maybe the person didn't answer, you didn't hear from the person. The second day, you go there, I am warning you to pay me back my money. Make sure you have the amount of money the person owes you. You're going to also write the amount of money, okay? You can write the amount of money and put it with the name and the info. You're going to put it in the lime, or you can just say it while you go outside on day 1 and day 3. Always mention the amount of money, okay? On day 2, you're going to do the same thing. I'm wanting you to pay me back my money. Then you're going to always bring it back inside, okay? You're going to keep this inside. So you're just only going to bring it outside for 3 days to want the person to pay you your money. So you go outside, on the second day you bring it outside. I'm wanting you to pay me my money. Bring it back inside wherever you want to keep it. The next day, the third day, you're going to go outside. This is my final warning. The third day, that's it. And you're going to mention today's the third day. I didn't hear from you. I call you a lot of times in the past. I do everything I can. You ignore me. Whatever the situation is, maybe the person just block you, forward your call to voicemail, as I said, or block unknown call, your number, your call, whatever games they're playing, right? You're going to say that on the third day. Make sure you say, today's the third day, I didn't hear from you. You go out there the first day, I am messaging you for the last time, or texting you. You don't have to text and message, and you don't have to say that. You can just say, I'm warning you. This is day 1 of this ritual. I'm warning you to pay me back. Day 2, you bring it back out there. I'm warning you. Day 3, this is my final warning. This is the 3rd day I didn't hear from you. You didn't hear from the person. After 3 days, you're gonna complete this ritual with the lime and the pepper. Let's say the person contact you within a day or 2 or on day 3 before you finish the day 3 ritual. Let's say the person call you before you finish off with it, right? You can now remove the pins, right? If the person contact you within the 3 days, you can remove the pins and take the name and everything out, okay? If the person did not contact you within the 3 days, then you're gonna do away with this, okay? What you're gonna do with it, I don't want to just say on YouTube. So you can click the chat with me link, okay? You're not gonna pay me to do anything or anything. You just click the chat with me link. You're not paying for the ritual, and I will tell you the final thing you do with this. It's nothing hard. You're just gonna do away with it, but I'll tell you exactly what you do with it. Now, if the person didn't contact you within 3 days, on the 4th day, you can't take the money. If the person contact you within the 3 days, you can make arrangement. Maybe the person contact you within 3 days and say, okay, I can pay you such time, whatever agreement you and the person, right, make, right? Then if it's satisfying enough for you, then you remove the pin and you wait. If that time passed and the person didn't, while you're removing the pin, you're gonna say, I hear from this person. This person said they're gonna pay me on such date. So I'm undoing this. And if I don't get my money by such date, I'm doing it for the final warning with no asking for my money, no permission. Right? No, that's one. If the person doesn't call at all, nothing, you didn't hear, then make sure you don't want back the money. Then you just do away. Because as I said, this is very dangerous and deadly. Okay? So you want to make sure that once you completed the 3rd day and you didn't hear from the person, that you don't want the money again. So if the person contact you on day 4 and say, just tell the person it's okay, keep it as a gift. Tell them to keep the money as a gift. You don't want it again. Okay? Once the person didn't contact you on day 1, day 2, even day 3, just not on day 4. After day 3 is completed, no more call. So even after day 3, when you go and do the final prayer outside, even if the person call you right after, you can still remove it and take your money. But from day 3 to the next day, day 4, you cannot. And day 4 is the day you're supposed to do away with this. So on day 4, make sure you're not taking back the money once you are going to do away with this. Because if you're not going to do away with this, if the person is going to pay or you hear from the person, you can just remove them. So the person call you on day 2. Let's say, for example, the person call you on day 2. Okay. Such person say,